All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash.
Double honors unto the elders and apostles at GMS Great Millstone, and the sincere Shalom to Yakim bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. And we come another week in and week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, to testify against who, man? To testify against this devil, man. His name is Esau, man. You Edomites. Who's basically Esau is the forefather of you so-called white people, man. And we come to tell you, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, hey, that you need to come back to your nationality, your true heritage that's written within the Bible, man. Hey, because right now you have a lot of things happening globally, man. Whether it be pestilence, whether it be famine, whether it be the brewing of the race riots, whether all these different occurrences are happening within the world right now. And you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans don't understand that the severity of this, the life that you're currently living, man. You don't understand that, hey, the Most High is gonna make it to where, hey, your life is gonna be at risk every corner you turn to, man. Hey, can we grab that scripture too, where it says, a man shall flee from a lion and a bear maker? I believe it's in Amos. All right, you gotta bring it.
It's 2nd Ezra 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
And that's exactly what we have right now, man. The scrolls, man. They've been written in paper. The inspiration of the Most High have touched men upon the world, men of the spirit, to write down what the visions that the Most High gave them, man. And through that we have our accounts, man. We have a scroll. Keep on, bro.
It says, fear not the imaginations against thee.
Yep.
Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Hey, because the scriptures tell you that, hey, we are made a spectacle unto the world. And when you also go into the Matthew, the 5th chapter, it said, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you for righteousness' sakes. Hey, because with us being at the forefront of basically, understanding that you're Israelites, man, with us being the voice of the Heavenly Father, hey, we're going to get ridiculed, man. We're going to get persecuted, where we're going to be hated. We're going to be defamed. We're going to be entreated. Hey, for what? For the word, man. And it says, let not the incredulity, man. So don't let the gainsayers, man. Don't let their words swerve you, man.
Yeah, the word incredulity means unbelief.
God.
We can't get all messed up that, our people are going to continue to walk by and, act like, they don't want to understand what's, taking place, what we out here for, what we out here to prophesy. If Jake don't want to get it, then, hey, guess what? The Most High, it's according to his will that our people are not going to get it, because they're stiff-necked and rebellious, by their nature. That's how the Most High made Jake.
God. And as a man of the Lord, you got to be able to look at the big picture of things, man. Of course, the small details matter, but you got to see, man, because, hey, when you first begin, when the Most High first opens your mind to the truth, man, you want to tell everybody, man. You want to tell cousins, you want to tell grandma, but then you slowly start to realize that, hey, the Most High blinded this word from the 2/3 of Jake, man. Which means what? It's going to be impossible for them to get it. No matter how much you tell them now that you ain't supposed to be eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, crawfish, hey, they're still going to do what's opposing to the scriptures, man, because they were not chosen out of the foundations of the word to understand.
Yeah, if I may get a quick precept real quick, as I said, basically going back to that 2nd Ezra 15, fear not the imaginations against thee, and it says, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, right? Yeah. This is 2nd Thessalonians 1 and 7, it says, and to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahushai shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels and flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahushai Mashiach, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power. So going back to what Prophet Ezra said, fear not the incredulity of them, basically that don't believe, that trouble you. The ones that are basically speaking against you, and blaspheming, slandering brothers, you know, because we for our occupation we take the heat from our people.
That's when we take the most heat from.
Yeah.
You know, not Esau, our born adversary to the Most High. We take most flack from our own.
Yeah.
Which is why you really shouldn't care about the 2/3, man. Because they're enemies to Yahweh Shai, man. They're enemies to the cross.
Exactly.
Hey, that's why Prophet Jeremiah said what he said, man. He said, pray not for these people, neither lift up a prayer for them, man. Hey, because Jeremiah, there was a point where Jeremiah was pleading for Israel's cause, man.
Yeah.
But then what? Jeremiah grew through the spirit and basically said, fuck these niggas, man.
We saw the wickedness of Jake, man.
Gone, bro.
I had a precept real quick to go with what Brother Zai read. This is 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the...
Yeah. You really wrote like a verse above without.
Oh, God.
No. Get it. Oh, you really? I should have started there, but hey, the spirit had like, no, brother, read from the top.
You know what's funny? In my head, I'm like, I think it's not open a little bit too.
Yeah.
The spirit, brought it up.
God, I ain't even...
No, it's the spirit,
I thought
bro.
you was the first...
Get that, huh?
Yeah, 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. I just might as well keep reading.
Yeah, it's like if I can say, but that's why even like brothers going into like how the process of you waking up, Most High Yahweh Shai waking you up, and then you want everybody to get it, but then you understand everybody can't get it.
Yeah.
But it's a recompense or a payback for everything that we go through.
God.
Everything that we go through is really for our benefit.
That's right, bro.
It may, and even like the herbs. You got certain bitter herbs, certain sour, certain tarts. Well, it ain't the best to the palate. It ain't the best in that moment, but in the end, it's actually it got benefits to it.
Yeah.
Even like persecution and people hating on us, slandering on us. At the end of the day, that's attributed to our testimony of having this the spirit of prophecy. Man. That's part of your testimony, your walk.
Because the scriptures tell you, man, going into that testimony, hey, because what the spirit, the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man. And the scriptures tell you that you're gonna have men that are beheaded for the testimony of Yahweh Shai, man. Hey, which are the martyrs, man. And we have countless accounts of men that stood boldly and stiffly for the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. And those men, their names are written within the book of life, man. They're part of the elect, Go ahead, bro.
Second Thessalonians 1 and 7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahweh Shai shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. And
God, the scripture said, those you that are troubled, rest with us, man. Hey, because the scriptures tell you that oppression maketh the wise man mad. Hey, because right now we're troubled. We're troubled in Esau's kingdom. He puts all different kinds. Every hell affects us here, man.
this truth is our rest.
Exactly.
Essentially on this side. Micah 2 and 10 said this is not our rest, meaning this infrastructure,
Yeah,
this kingdom. But this is our rest right here. This is our comfort.
Exactly.
It's truth. It's like it, bro.
Because we catch hell on all different levels, man. Whether it be physical, going into the infirmities, and whether it be mental, or whether it be spiritual, man. God, the principalities, and we fighting. So we're troubled, man. We're troubled in this life, man. Hey, but in the life to come, hey, that trouble is gonna cease. Because in Revelation it tells you how the Most High is gonna wipe the tears away from our eyes, man, and get that sorrow that we have within us is gonna be wiped away, man. Hey, but that will only be removed. That you can only be able to go through that full process of being through the elect, man. Because the 2/3 they gotta die that judgment, that second death on this side.
Because like the Jake in the world, the hell that they catch, they don't know how to. They don't know how to comfort themselves
They can't cope
in
with
the
it.
hell.
They don't
Us,
think
us having Yahweh Shai and understanding that these things are supposed to happen, we're more comforted by it. That's why knowledge and wisdom shall be your stability
And the strength of salvation.
and your strength of salvation. Because when we face with adversity, at least we understand what we're enduring. And the scripture gave us the wisdom to be able to endure.
And that's the inspiration.
Yeah.
You get the inspiration. It's once you have a self-awareness once you understand yourself and have a self-awareness, everything that happens to you makes more sense.
Exactly.
Because you can put it in the context of me, which we doing this, you know, but quoted Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge should be strength. Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. For the fear of the Lord is his treasure. So you understand everything is happening is really to make sure your fear levels is in the adequate space.
Yeah. I got a quick one. It's Matthew 11:28. It says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest."
God, those that are heavy laden, man, meaning what? You're put under burdens, you're put under certain restrictions. You know, you're confined, man. Because here in America, you deal with all different types of troubles, man. You know, whether you're trouble with your children, trouble with your women, financial troubles, you know, troubles within the flesh, man. You know, temptations. You know, we're battling, man. And that's why the scriptures saying constantly endure, man. Because that's the fight. That's part of the battle. The scriptures tell you that the servant is not greater than his Lord, man. The servant is not greater than his master. Yahweh Shai was tempted with these same things, man. But what? He remained faithful and endured through it all, man. And beat sin. You know, he did not go off in the flesh, man. You know? So that if Yahweh Shai himself had to go through it, hey, we gotta go through it, man. The scriptures tell you in Sirach 2, which we could grab that also. It says, when thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, man.
And real quick, just to go into those that are heavy laden, when you go back to the time when King David was on the scene, you know, it was he basically he had there was like a company resort where he basically had all the men that were actually catching total hell to basically, you know, gather together, and it told you these are basically the men who were basically laden with burden. This is 1 Samuel 22:1. It says, "David therefore departed thence and escaped to the cave of Adullam. And when his brethren and all his father's house heard it, they went down thither to him. And everyone that was in distress, and everyone that was in debt, and everyone that was discontented, gathered themselves unto him, and he became a captain over them. And there were with them 400 men." So these were men that were they were dealing with burden. They were heavy laden. They were distressed. They was in debt. You know what I'm saying? They were dealing with problems. And David basically took them under his wing, like, you know what, I'm gonna make sure everything is right. So hey, the same thing with Yahweh Shai, man. We're in the tabernacle of David now. So in Yahweh Shai, you know, this is where we rest.
That's right.
Going back to Matthew 11:29, it says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light."
He said, "My yoke is easy and my burden is light." Hey, man, because you got to think about it. For everything, for all the hells that we catch here upon this earth, man, guess what? It's a far more and exceeding greater joy that we have to look forward to, man. And the scripture tells you, for though our outward man perish, our inward man is renewed day by day. You know, meaning what? Though we suffering in the flesh and going through it, hey, the inward man, meaning the man of the spirit, is being built up, man. You know, he's taking on these hardships and he's being built in the spirit, man. Hey, because really you're supposed to be uncomfortable. Hey, if you're a man of the Lord and you're comfortable in this place, hey, you're really going off, man. You know, because that means you're not doing something right. Hey, because the Most High is prepping us, he's preparing us to go through the hell that's about to come. You know, he's preparing you for famine. That's why he has you fasting. You know, he's preparing you for pestilence. That's why he has you going through the herbs, man. You know, he's preparing you for seeing death, man. You know, that's why he's having your mind geared towards not loving this society, man. He's having your mind geared to where you're not focused on bullshit, man. It says the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, man. But the house of fools is in the house of mirth, man. You know, this is all a refining process that he has the elect going through, man. You know, it's all to build the character and to ultimately purge off the infirmities and the bad stuff that we have going, man. Hey, that's why through the Spirit we went into that lesson last night, purging off the leaven, man. You know, taking off the BS that we're dealing with, and staying focused, staying tuned into the spirit in order to become better men for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. You know?
Corinthians.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This is 1 Corinthians 4 and verse 9. For I think that the Most High have set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world and to angels and to men.
God, and that's true, man. All throughout your little social media pages, whether it be your Instagram, your World Star Hip Hop, your Twitter, hey, they see us and they click on the videos because, not because of the word that's coming out, hey, but because of the folly that's happening around us, man. Jake likes when we get into arguments with Jake, man. They like to see controversial stuff, man. It's not because they truly care about the word, man. So we're made a spectacle. We're looked at as a game, man. As a circus act, man. Jake will come, or people will come and look at us and ask us, oh man, why y'all got on them dresses? Hey, because they're ignorant and don't understand that these are the garments that our forefathers had on, man.
That's
These
why
are
people
clothes
roll
of
by and snap pictures at us.
or honk the horn and laugh.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's to your own downfall, man.
Yeah.
Because it's confirming, hey, your eyes shall see your teachers.
Yeah.
So you ain't gonna be met with any excuse
Exactly.
when the day of judgment comes.
Yeah, God.
And that's Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai putting them in the snare.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, just like the brother said, Jake look at us and they like to laugh at us, like to mock us. We become a spectacle unto the world. And like the brother said, because Jake like that controversy, they like that conflict.
Yeah.
Well, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai said, okay, you like conflict? You like controversy? Okay, I'm gonna bring it. But at the end of the day, the same men that y'all snap pictures at, that y'all laugh at, that y'all mock, those gonna be the men who gonna be the real spectacle, because you're gonna be trying to find them to, Lord willing, attain your salvation, man.
Hey, you look up that word spectacle, the Greek word is theatron.
God.
When you get the word theater, right?
Yeah.
And with the Most High, how you say God in the Greek? Theos. So hey, really, ultimately, the Most High, he pretty much produced and directed this drama film that we're living out.
It was already
It
written.
was already written. We living out the script.
It's a script.
Hey, and we're the main cast.
Yeah.
You got the supporting cast. You got the main characters.
Yep.
Jacob and Esau,
And
man.
the supporting cast like the heathen nations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They extras.
The extras. And it says, a theater, a place in which games and dramatic spectacles are exhibited and public assemblies held. For the Greeks used the theater also as a forum, a public show.
It's like that's the world. The world is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's stage.
World stage.
This is the script. We're playing a particular role. We're the actors. We're a portion of the creation of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to play out this script. People don't understand that. People don't understand that everything that we see, everything that's happening, everything that will happen, everything that did happen was already pre-scripted. And because people don't understand the power of this word and the power of prophecy, they can't take it seriously. But at the end of the day, they're going to take it seriously when Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai bring it right to your front door.
We see the thing about it is they don't believe because we say the things and they're not happening fast enough.
Yeah.
We say World War III, and World War III is not about wars take time, but we've been talking about pestilence, and what do you have? A whole damn country is almost quarantined. Almost 1 billion people. These prophecies are coming to pass, and people, mainly the people on this side are still not taking heed. They're not taking heed to the prophets, But hey, you've been warned. Like the brother was going into, this is the Most High script. The Most High has everything in a perfect order, where I'm going to send out the prophets. The prophets are going to warn the people, and then the prophecies are going to come to pass. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse for no one in that day. Israel, Esau, the heathens, everyone's going to know who the Most High of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is, and when it's all said and done.
quick script. It's Isaiah 46 and verse 9. It says, "Remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High Power. There is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, I will do all my pleasure."
Hey, Kai, hey, can we, with that, can we also grab Isaiah 55 and like 10?
I gotta go with that real quick. Ecclesiasticus, 18 and 1. He that liveth forever created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is no other but he, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. For he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from profane.
And just think about it, even like in the spiritual realm, the angels, when they go before the Most High and they carry out his orders, they when they come to the earth, they watching us.
Yeah.
You know, they watching everything go down. So it's like them from their realm, their dimension. When they watch us, it's like a theater.
Yeah.
They see the drama unfolding. They seeing guys bugging out, calling out the truth. You know what I'm saying? They seeing guys, go back into the world. They seeing dudes get judged, get put to death. They seeing, the 2/3 walk up against the prophets.
Yeah.
They seeing Esau, plotting, with his new order to come against the prophets and to kill off the seed of Jacob.
God, and they really seeing the scene and the unseen.
They see
They
go behind the
behind the
scenes.
scenes. Yeah, behind the scenes.
Behind the
They
scenes.
watching everything.
And if I can say, they see us catching hell and continuing to fight.
Yeah.
They see all that, and they see us on an individual level, to the point that the number of the hairs on our head are numbered.
Yeah.
So they see us catching hell, and they'll catch the prayers and go report it back to Heavenly Father, like everything going on, but so and so went through this, but this the prayer that He sent up for you to hear.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, just like Buzz been going into these last week or two, man. This is some really serious stuff, man. But at the end of the day, we gotta trust that we doing the right thing. You gotta have that faith and that confidence that Yahweh Shah came to save you. And we say that meekly and humbly, but if you don't have that pure faith as great of a mustard seed, that you doing the right things and that you have a sincere shot to be up on a chariot, you doing all this in vain. Yeah. You ain't really building. You're not really building accordingly. You're not building with a true faith, man. That Yahweh Shah has woken you up through the Holy Spirit to actually, obtain salvation, man. I got to read this. This 1 Corinthians 4 and 9. For I think that the Most High have set forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men.
Hey, even think like back at the time when some of these men were actually being persecuted. It was like when they were being persecuted, they would do it public.
Oh yeah.
Like when certain prophets or certain of the disciples, when they were getting persecuted, by the Romans or by Jake, when Jake would get executed, it would be a public showing.
Yeah.
Everybody had to sit and actually watch it go down.
It would be made an example to
Yeah.
the ones that follow the men of the Lord and other men of the Lord that don't teach His doctrine, just like they did Peter and them.
Yeah.
They told them don't teach in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Of course, they said okay, they didn't do it, but they went right back out the next day doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But like you said, they made a spectacle. What do you think when who was it? They kicked all the Jake out of Claudius Caesar.
Yeah.
Don't think that was said here's a letter. They said get out of Rome. No,
they saw camps everywhere.
Yeah, they saw camps everywhere, and they started beating up Jake, killing Jake to get him out of there. Jake wasn't about to just they said leave. No, Jake was firm, giving hell. They caught hell,
giving him no rest.
They more than likely they had to physically remove Jake.
Hey, because even was that in Acts the 24th chapter, where the dude that was basically snitching on Paul, he was basically saying, "Oh, this is a pestilent fellow.
yeah.
He's a ringleader of the sect of the Nazarenes. You know, he's causing riots. You know, so you better believe when they was out there speaking, you know, a lot of shit was going on, man. And people, you know, like, hey, when we get into confrontations, notice how it's always like a world star moment. Everybody gets entertained by, you know, drama popping off. Everybody like, oh shit, what's going on? This is like, what they talking about? What they they screaming at each other? Oh shit!
And all it
They about to
takes-
fight. They pull out their phones and shit. Hey, that's a spectacle.
Yeah. And all it takes is one demon that's brave enough to come up and scoff at us, and then you see everyone else coming to.
All of a sudden, the crowd is
exactly.
It used to be like that when we was on the strip. Every time there was a back and forth, you know, where it could have even got a little heated, that's when a crowd all of a sudden want to appear.
Yeah.
And everybody's paying attention to see, you know, what's going on. They're doing it to be entertained. So hey, dealing with this being we being a spectacle unto men, it's like that, you know.
Because like, when you think about it, and people are nosy, but it's like how else will the gospel go out unless it gets attention?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They go into the whole script, play, theater, world. Like, for this gospel to go out and be preached into the four corners, it has to get attention.
Exactly.
For the gospel to go out, there has to be men speaking on the gospel. It's like a perfect equation.
I'm happy when videos of like the word going out getting hella views.
Yeah.
Because that means more eyes are on the truth.
Time, and even in that, hey, because it's even times where, you know, videos that aren't even our videos, man. People still catch us, whether it be in the backgrounds, like the brother GMS Awakening 144.
Yeah.
Yeah, that brother.
I'm a
Gabar.
Yeah.
That brother, he did a video, and basically he was looking at how to edit film, man. I mean, how to edit videos.
Yeah.
And the video that he actually looked up, it was a video showing them how to edit basically the views on the strip, and we were in the video. We were in the video. Our camp was in the video.
Even that one was some show on. Remember, it was some show on YouTube or something, and they walked past the camp.
Yeah.
In New York.
Yeah. So ain't nobody gonna have no excuse in that day.
Yeah. Hey, God, because that's a part of the prophecy said. That's a part of the scripture. That's a part of the prophecy in the scriptures when it says this gospel shall be preached into all nations of the world, and then they shall come. You know, hey, because what? Everybody may not necessarily click on the YouTube video. Hey, but you still got Jake posting our videos on Instagram. You still got Jake posting our videos that's on Twitter, man.
It's like with the algorithms that YouTube is adjusted with. A lot of times they're not gonna let if you have a kid type page, you're not gonna be able to click on nothing serious like this.
Yeah.
You know, the way they got it, they trying to keep it from, depending on what you click on, you're not gonna click on it. But guess what? Every eye is gonna see it, like the brother quoted.
Yeah, the Most High is gonna make you watch it, man. Kind of like
It's Isaiah 30:20, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
Yeah, it says thine eyes shall see thy teachers, man. So whether it be by way of the unicorn, because that's really what the scripture is going into. You know, whether it be by the way of the unicorn, or whether you just accidentally, even though that you don't know that the Most High made you purposely walk past the camp, man. You know, but you're gonna know, man. You're gonna know that the men of Yahweh Shemel Shai were on the highways and edges in every major city in America, man, and throughout the world, man. You're gonna hear of the warning.
And this is the reason why the scriptures say to go out there, go out
Proverbs
there
1.
at the chief place of concourse.
Proverbs 1, man.
You want to go out to the gates of the city, or the openings of the city, or basically where you get the most traffic. You know, when you go into the studies, you know, different places like back in Rome and Greece, a lot of public spectacles and debates and stuff like that. And it's basically where the prophets went out to speak. It was actually like in what you would consider like your downtown areas.
City halls.
City halls, you know, where the courthouses are, where the markets are, you know.
Playing the game, that's why.
You know, that's where you went out to speak to the people. When you made a public announcement to the people, you know.
Yeah, you made
That's
sure,
how it was back then.
God, you made sure that everybody could hear it, man, or that everybody could receive the message, and which is exactly what the Most High is doing now.
And you say so everyone can hear the message because we're not just going to the ghettos where we know Jake is at. This is for all the world to hear because Jake is scattered amongst all the heathen nations. Because you can have confusion in the face walk by the camera.
Israelite foreigners.
Israelite foreigners. So all those ignorant ass niggas that say, "Oh, why don't y'all go to the hood?" Or no,
one body in Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
That guy.
Hey, well, the same niggas that's doing or saying that, hey man, you can continue to do that, man. Well, as the apostles say, how many fruit meet for repentance are you bringing out of that, man?
Exactly.
Because you're knocking on people's doors. That's not changing Jake. The Jake that you're knocking their doors on, they're not coming out to the camp. They're not in the camp prophesying. Hey, how much work are y'all putting up, man? You know? It's bigger than that, man. And everybody has to hear this. Everybody. Whether you're an Israelite or not, man. You gonna hear, you gotta know of the coming destructions, man.
Hey, I got you. Let me back you up. This is Isaiah 34, verse 1. Come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people.
Yep.
Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it.
God, man. It says let the earth hear, man. That means that's going into all the people, man. It's not just saying, oh, tell the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So with you just doing that, how are you telling future nations how are you telling nations their judgment, man? How are you going to
from the hood.
Yeah. God, how are you going to
You're
tell?
teaching on Martin Luther King Boulevard
God. You said in D Street.
and D Street,
God.
but you're only getting crackheads and
winos.
gangbangers.
Yeah, and getting
You know?
into confrontations, man.
Yeah, they ain't trying to listen to you.
Yeah.
Hey, Apostle called a bunch of ghetto scholars
Yeah, God, yeah.
that got that prison knowledge and shit.
And Jake,
you gonna waste time dealing with Jake like
you
that.
can't go down there talking to Jake like that. Jake is too emotional.
Yeah.
Jake want to fight and go back home and get the heat and
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Go get his homies.
Yeah.
Come back.
There's a sense of security and Jake has. Jake been down to be humble around where they live.
Oh, yeah.
So if you cut Jake through the scriptures and show him that he believe in a lie, you show him the truth, he can get emotional because he right there. He don't want to be looked like a fool in front of his peers and friends.
That nigga gonna say, oh, so you tell me my grandma been wrong all these years?
He don't get all hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but out here it's like, damn, I'm on neutral ground.
Yeah.
And on top of that, man, hey, you can't make an excuse, man. If you want the word, you're gonna go wherever to get it. If the nearest camp next to you, you're gonna find them, man. You can't make the excuse, oh man, they 30 minutes away. So you gonna allow 30 minutes of driving to stop you from getting salvation? For real?
Hey, he said it sounds crazy, but
Yeah.
Jake will let something like that determine salvation or not for him.
And a lot of times the Jakes that say, oh, why y'all ain't teaching the hood? They're not doing nothing, man. They don't have no works. They're not putting up no videos, man. They're not walking and being not only a hero but a doer of the word.
This is Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
Because really, man, hey, it's going into the first fruits, the Alahayim, which are the first fruits, man, the elect. Because before, like as the scriptures say, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, man. Hey, because really, hey, going back to the book of Genesis, hey, when it says goes into the word God, man, it goes into the word or gods, meaning powers, goes into Alahayim, man. So with the beings or the spirits of the men that helped create the world, man, and the things that we see today.
And I want to back up what he was prophesying to the nations. You got to prophesy to everybody. That the Most High is doing with Israel.
Exactly.
Because we're out there prophesying to Pharaoh, when we prophesy to Nebuchadnezzar and those other Babylonian, we got them the Persians. Yeah. Then we prophesy to those kings. We got high position because they need to know the judgment as well. Nebuchadnezzar got a heavy judgment, right?
Yeah, interpreting dreams.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, that's a heavy power, man. Because the scriptures speak about that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua only deals with the nation of Israel. So if there's a message that a heathen is trying to understand, pretty much they gotta come to us.
Yeah.
There's power in that. Like you this dream is bugging you out, and you're your witches and warlocks and prognosticators can't break it down, you gotta come to Israel.
God, bro, because really, like you said, the prophets were seen in a higher respect or regards than the king, man. Because the king needed the prophets, man. You know, he couldn't move correctly or move how he needed to without his, like you say, his
Hey,
dreams.
who did Saul go to when he saw that his power got snapped? He went to Samuel. He raised Saul from the dead.
He went to the Witcher Endor, man.
Yeah, to raise Saul from the dead. I mean, the spirit of Samuel to the dead, from the dead to because he was like, hey, you used to beat up with them prophecies, man. What's going on? Like, man, what you wake me up for? But he cussed him out and showed him what the truth was. I got a quick one. Jeremiah chapter 66, verse 16.
Isaiah 66.
Isaiah 66, 15. So 16. It says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh.
Hey, and the nation, everybody got to know this, man. Hey, because ultimately, if you're not of the nation of Israel, and most importantly, the elect of the nation of Israel, hey, then you're going to taste of this second death, man. You're going to taste of that fire, man. Hey, and everybody got to hear that. Hey,
That's proclaiming the judgment of the Lord.
Yeah.
Because you basically making the declaration that, hey, listen up, all you nations. Our Lord, all right, who you really call God, which his name is Yahweh, all right, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. When he comes back, he's coming back to judge you. He's coming back to kill you people, man. You people, that's like basically like a threat, like, God's coming to kill us? That's some serious shit when you think about it.
And that's
I'm gonna take that curve.
and that's why we can't just be only in the hood. Because there's more work and there's more judgments and more proclamations, like the brother said. They got to go to all nations, just not your crusty nigga in the hood, man.
Yeah, you're really holding back the words of Yahweh by Shemal Shai by only telling Jake, man.
I got a pre.
God, it's on you, bro.
This is Ezekiel 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
Give them warning. Hey, get right, humble down. Particularly for our people, but also these other nations need to know. Hey, when I show up, when my son shows up, we need to humble down when he show up. And they're gonna act like it, but then what they gonna do? They're gonna get theirs fight. They're still gonna want to fight.
Yeah, because really, I mean, we're giving warning to Israel, while we also telling the nations, no, you just prepare to get fucked up.
Get the dandada.
You know, that's what we're saying. Like, hey, for you on this side, you still got a chance, man. You know, you still got the chance to hurry up and get yourself together, man. Amend your ways, repent. But as far as the rest of the nations, hey, the Lord's coming back to dethrone you, man. Yeah. Take you out of power. You don't have next, man. You Chinese, that's why the Lord is jacking y'all up. Y'all don't have next, man. Those Russians, the Lord is raising them up so that they can be used to destroy the beast in America, but they ain't got next either. Right. Because Yahweh Shai is going to destroy Gog and Magog as well. Right. So that's part of us, announcing the judgment to the other nations too. We gotta let them know that, hey, we're not only are we the children of Israel, but we also your future rulers. That you're gonna worship Yahweh Shai, all right, you're gonna bow to his men. You're gonna bow to the government that the Lord's gonna have institute. The government that's gonna be upon his shoulders. That's the elect, man. The law's gonna go forth out of Zion from that high mountain. We're gonna have the next hegemony, man. These nations gotta hear that. This current monetary system, the global economy, that shit's gonna be done away with, man.
Yeah, because when you go into Revelation 18 chapter, what they're talking about, how the nations are kind of pissed. Of course, they're like, damn, this dude was talking about America. Yeah, she was fucking everything up, but we was making good money with it. Yeah. They were drinking that wine of fornication with America. They love being in bed with America. They made good progress in money. They were getting half the deals were getting, double crossed on, but they still was doing good.
Yahweh Shai gonna come and fuck their money.
Yep.
Yeah.
None of y'all finna eat. Y'all been eating off this whore.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't finna eat no more.
You got to put the spirit on Trump to break all his deals. You got to break the deals. All of them, bro. He's fucking all of them, bro. All the allies,
Yeah, his own allies.
If you cool it's a terror. If you're not cool, it's sanctions. Like he's putting taxes on everybody, turning everybody against him.
Because they got to. That thick clay. Yeah, they Trump is pretty much doing what he knows that America has to do to even have a shot to remain a superpower, man.
Yeah.
Because America is the top superpower in this kingdom, man. You know? So Trump is like, you know what? America's going trillions and trillions of dollars in the debt. Like, there has to be a line drawn in the sand for this place just not to crumble from the inside out.
God, but him doing that, he doesn't fully understand that the Lord is making him move the way he's moving, man.
That's what like.
God, the scriptures say that what? The heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord, and he turneth it whithersoever way he will, man. Meaning what, man? The Lord is still orchestrating all this, regardless of whether people believe it or not.
This is Psalms 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High.
Kind of, this scripture is going into the prophecy of the unicorn, man, which you know as the World Wide Web or the internet.
And the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge.
Yep, day unto day, meaning what? Hey, because we have men of Yahweh Shah that are doing their videos, man, that are posting the work, man. Hey, since you have brothers in every nation, man, or every part of the world, you know, whether you be here in America, whether you be in Britain, whether you be in the islands, you know, you have, and with these different current time zones, hey, brothers that may be sleeping here in the United States may be awake in Jamaica, man. Or the brothers may be awake in Suriname, man. Or the brothers may be awake in Britain, man, in the UK. You know, so it says day unto day, night unto night, uttereth speech, man. Uttereth the words of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah, I'm just going to back you up and that back off there. I'm just saying, like, over here it may be 2, 3 o'clock over here, but it's a different time zone somewhere else. It's the middle of the night over there. You know, but they can still watch this video live. You know, at the same time and be in the moment, and vice versa. That's important to get it fresh in the spirit like that.
Man, it's beautiful how the Lord has it set up. Because really it's like the church is global.
Yeah.
So anytime, you know, a branch of the church is streaming live, you can watch, basically you basically having church service from
Like
where you at. It's like you're right there. You know, listening to the prophets, man. You can just tune in, check into the prophets as they're alive. You know?
I gotta pray.
That's how the Lord set it up, so that the world can be pushed abroad to gather in the elect from the four corners of the earth. This is the ultimate way the Lord has his elect being gathered from the east to the west. It's by this word going out, man. You notice the apostles don't have to go out and catch flights to these other places to set up camps. Like Nate is big, he's doing big right now in Africa. But how long has he been out there? But you got brothers.
No, I am. I know.
Hey, but at the same time, we got brothers out there, and none of us ain't never stepped foot over there. That's because we let the Psalms 19 work. We're letting that prophecy work, and it's doing the work for us.
So our faith in the prophets.
I mean, it started in New York, and then it just branched off all throughout the states. You see, and then over the oceans, over the Atlantic, over the Pacific. You know, that's power, man.
Psalms 19:3. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard.
Thank God, man. It says there's no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. And because here in the States, like the brother said, we're speaking English, man. Hey, but you got brothers in South America that speak Spanish. You know, you got brothers in you got a brother that's doing lessons in sign language, man. You know, it's not the Apostle Gabar, he just did a lesson in Italian, man. You know, you got brothers that speak brothers that are multilingual that are pushing out lessons in languages that Jake can hear, man, that Jake can understand. You know, hey, you got brothers over there in Germany, you know, and they're speaking in that tongue over there, man.
And you got a brother in the Netherlands or something. He's speaking like Dutch or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, so hey,
We got brothers in Africa.
kind.
I heard,
Africa,
I heard a
West
brother in,
Africa.
I want to say somewhere in Asia, where he's he's calling the name.
like a Thai, I think in Thailand or
Thailand,
something.
yeah. They call on the name in Mandarin.
Yeah,
I think, yeah.
So it says there's
Robert's
no
not
language nor speech where their voice is not heard, man. Hey, because, hey, as the passage, the scripture you brought up, man, hey, whatever the Most High, hey, plan for us to do, hey, it's going to be done through the Spirit, man. You know, the word being pushed on this heavy vibration, and the way it's being pushed, hey, it's going to continue, man. You know?
Can I get a quick scripture? Acts chapter 2. You got that for me, brother? Acts 2 and 5.
I got you.
Because this is an example of this happening before. All right? Well, everybody got to hear the word, but it took the Spirit to hit the men to speak in other tongues. Okay? Well, you can hit Google Translate on these videos too. Oh, get the subtitles.
As captions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Captions in another language. Okay?
25 and 1?
Acts 2 and 5.
2.
Yeah, the prophecy in Isaiah for with stammering lips and another tongue shall I speak to this people.
Acts. Acts 25 and 2.
No, chapter 2, verse 5.
Oh yeah, about the okay. I think he said 25. I'm thinking, I know exactly where you want. Acts 2 and 2. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting.
Now, does that mean that because we have the internet and brothers in different languages doing it, that we won't get that same spirit to put the different tongues on us? No, that still can pass. The difference is, though, we don't have to catch it the same way. Everybody have to come to the same place to get it. Okay, but it's still showing that the purpose of the Most High is still being fulfilled. Either way. All right, go ahead, Al.
And there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as of fire. And it sat upon each of them, and they were filled with the Holy Spirit, and begun to speak with their other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance.
Yeah, we just gave them utterance to speak in different languages. Okay, so they can. What is it about to say? Go ahead.
And they were dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men out of every nation.
Now here's the difference. Out of every nation
Under heaven.
That's why we have to preach it to everybody. We can't be stuck in the hood. We have the different languages have to be heard, but it's still our people that were scattered spitting the word out.
Because like you said, bro, you have Israelite foreigners that's of the elect, man.
That's right.
And they gonna look like heathen nations.
I was just gonna say.
And they not in the hood,
Right.
you know? They're
How much crazier is that? How does heathen trying to speak to me about about my God? Hold on, this is God too. He don't look like this is God, but it is. How do you know? Because he's speaking to you in that other language, but the real oracles of the Most High is about to say it, I believe.
You know, I mean, it wouldn't make sense if the scriptures say that you're going to have a great multitude out of every kindred, out of every tongue and nation. That's going to eventually, put on that immortal clothing, put on the white robes.
Yeah.
These are all Israelites coming from all walks of life, from among all these other nations where they were scattered, man. So of course they learn another language. They wherever they at, that's the language that they speak.
Does everybody speak the same
Dialect.
yeah, I was gonna say slang, but I will, have the same what's the other word? Like Southern drawl is one. What's the other one?
dialect.
It's
Like
not
I think it might be
accent.
dialect.
Accent,
Yeah, accent.
yeah, it's
Like
the word accent.
like northerners, southerners,
Yeah, some people got different accents,
Yeah.
But so and different words that mean other things. Like over in the UK, they use a lot of it's still English, but it sounds different.
Yeah, it's like